opportunity to study computer science O-level, which was very, very unique. In those days, nobody had heard of that. And I also learned it from a woman. So she had studied computer science at university, and she was teaching us a language called BASIC. If you're old enough, you'll remember that was one of the first computer languages. And I was so fascinated, and indeed, with hindsight, maybe I should have studied computer science at university myself, but it wasn't anything people talked about or was even permissible. And in the end, I guess I pleased my parents and studied law instead. Anyway, how many years later, I understood so well how important technology has been in my life, in my family's life, and I want to give back to girls and women at a very young age. I'm very happy to be in this conference, which is really focusing a lot on women and technology. And for Tech for Girls, the idea is to catch them young. So in our original iteration, it was called Girls Can Code. We had partners like Kofi Annan Center for ICT, Ghana Education Service, Soronko Academy, etc. UNESCO, of course, who actually gave us some matching funds for this project. And we trained 150 13-year-old girls in JSS and 20 teachers. And that's, thank you. That iteration of Girls Can Code was in the girls' schools, but it gave us little control on the follow-up. So what do the girls do afterwards? We therefore decided to train 18-year-old girls or girls who had completed high school so we could support them in their jobs and careers and mentor them after they completed. Next slide, please. So just a little bit about the program. We have a 12-week course, female high school graduates, 3 days per week. Some of the languages, Django, Python, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc. They also have 36 hours of soft skills, and we have post-program networking, career advice, mentorship, and internships. And we keep on growing all those offerings. Can we go to the next slide, please? So the program overview, we have enrolled 120 scholars. We started from 20, then to 40, and then to 60. And we have 50% of our cohort 2 in our creative lab, which is the next stage after you complete. So the innovation lab is something which provides ongoing support, practical real-life work experiences and internships, career advancement opportunities for the scholars. Next slide, please. So our project objectives for the Tech for Girls Academy are a training center for the program, an incubator and innovation lab for the project phase, a center of training, innovation, and creativity for youth in the community. That's important. We think boys should learn coding too. And as soon as we have our own facility, we would like to help, especially the local community, with after-school coding classes. A venue to showcase the innovation and creativity of the scholars, an office facility for the HAXA programs, and a meeting place for dialogue on innovation and tech. So we would have spaces where we could have some of these conversations like we are having today. Next slide, please. So post-program, as I mentioned, we have an alumni network, and some of the alumni and instructors are here today. So please, could you stand up? Tech for Girls, alumni, and instructors. Thank you. And so we try and put them into internships, and if you do have internships for our girls, We would love to hear from you. We try to mentor them, so we have master classes from tech experts who are from all over the world. Google, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, they will tune into our master classes to give the girls insights into their careers. And we are creating a virtual hub where everyone can meet and interact and network. Next slide, please. This just tells a little bit about our project facilities. We will have a donor wall, so if you want to be a founding donor of the Tech for Girls Academy, please go to www.thehaxa.org or come and see me, and we will be very happy to receive your contribution and put you on our donor wall. We are actively running a campaign to enable us to set up the Tech for Girls Academy. Next. This is the timeline. We hope to launch the Tech for Girls Academy in June 2025. So this is a partnership opportunity where, actually, any amount is welcome. We do look for investors who will come and give us the kind of money which we need to set up equipment and all the other things. But we are also a network. We have the Haxa Sankofa network, and the smallest of donations will make you a member of our network. Thank you very much for having me today to tell you about the Tech for Girls Academy and Tech for Girls program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Johanna. Another round of applause. She is founder, president of and CEO of Heritage and Cultural Society of Africa, former ambassador to France, and currently the permanent delegate to UNESCO. So we've moved from Ghana to France to UNESCO. We are going to the UN now. So please help me welcome the digital ecosystem specialist for the UNCDF, here to explain to us the UN perspective and efforts in scaling through technology, Mameya Owusu Amwa. We are clapping till she gets here.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Hi. Good morning, everyone. My RC is here, His Excellency Charles Abani. So yes, there's a lot of pressure on me when the RC is listening. Yeah. All right, so it's been a very interesting session and very happy listening to all the speakers. And one of the main things I've been doing here is trying to find the synergies and the partnerships that we can form to help our programming as the UN. All right, so let me quickly delve in. It's going to be a very short speech. I don't have a presentation, just to show you what we are doing, as UN in Ghana in terms of helping small and medium enterprises scale to technology investments. Okay, so I'll just want to start by a few stats. Maybe it's been mentioned already, but just to reiterate, that the impact of technology on businesses is undeniable. According to the IFC, SMEs that adopt digital tools experience a 34% increase in productivity and a 27% boost in revenue growth. Furthermore, technology has proven to be a powerful enabler for women entrepreneurs especially, and studies show that women-led businesses that leverage digital platforms are 30% more likely to access new markets and 25% more likely to experience revenue growth. In Africa especially, where women entrepreneurs are driving innovation and economic growth, digital tools are helping to level the playing field, enabling women to overcome traditional barriers such as access to finance, markets, and networks. So the UN in Ghana recognizes this imperative and is actively supporting MSMEs in their journey towards digital transformation. One of our flagship programs that we are undertaking this year is the Leveraging Digital Ecosystems for Increased SME Productivity, which is a project that is being implemented by 3 UN agencies, UNCDF, UNCTAD, and UNDP under the leadership of the RCO. So what we are seeking to do under this project in 3 years is to empower 25,000 MSMEs across Ghana with a focus on women and youth-led MSMEs. So we are working as UNCDF, leading the conversation on digital financial services. So mobile money, digital insurance, all of that. How do we harness all of this to support these MSMEs that we are working with? We are also creating an e-commerce platform where these MSMEs can showcase their businesses and their services. And we are giving them the training to be able to leverage properly this e-commerce platform that we are giving them. UNCTAD, on the other hand, is working on the policy side, working with the Ministry of Trade to come up with Ghana's e-commerce strategy. So as you know, a very holistic approach where we have the e-commerce strategy that's being done by UNCTAD and the Ministry of Trade. UNDP is providing the platform called the Digital Gateway. So it's not just an e-commerce platform, but it's also a place where MSMEs can go and find information, how to register their business, which banks even have the right products for them to be able to use to increase their productivity as MSMEs. And UNCDF is leading in terms of digital financial services. So what can we do in terms of working with financial institutions to bring up or to create the right products that serve the needs of these very specific SMEs? And so we are working in a period of 3 years, and our doors are open. We are looking for partners to come on board to work with us to serve the very unique needs of MSMEs. I think when I listen to Vodafone, I see there's Telecel. I see there's a lot of synergies there. When I listen to Mr. Lamte as well, and I believe we can work together, is over a period of 3 years to be able to support 25,000 MSMEs in Ghana. So at the heart of the UN's approach to solving developmental challenges is a market systems approach. So this approach focuses on addressing the root causes of market failures and systematic inefficiencies that hinder inclusive economic growth. And so that is why we may not be working directly with the MSMEs, but we are working with the institutions that serve the MSMEs. So long after the project has ended, Telecel would be empowered to be able to serve you more. The financial institutions will be empowered to be able to serve you more. And so that's the approach we like to use in the UN. I would also like to briefly mention on digital connectivity, which is a key pillar of the UN's work in Ghana, as we have outlined in our 6 transitions framework. So digital connectivity emphasizes the importance of building robust digital infrastructure and promoting digital inclusion and fostering innovation to drive sustainable development. So for the UN in Ghana, this means ensuring that every business, especially women and youth-led SMEs, have access to affordable and reliable internet, digital tools, and the skills needed to compete in the digital economy. And I would like to say that we are working closely with governments, private sector, and civil society to be able to achieve these goals. Lastly, as we look into the future, and I think all of the speakers have mentioned it, is the conversation around AI. And we know that it has the potential to revolutionize industries, from agri to healthcare, finance to manufacturing. But for African SMEs, AI can be a game changer. According to a report by McKinsey, AI could contribute up to $1.2 trillion to Africa's GDP in the next 5 years. Yes, in the next 5 years. And so we are looking at how to fully harness the power of AI for African SMEs. Whilst we do this, it's important for us to ensure that the know-how, the data, and the investments remain on the continent. As was mentioned in the presentation by Mr. Lamte, it's important that it remains here. And this means we need to invest in local talent, building robust data ecosystems, and creating an environment where African innovators can develop and deploy AI solutions that address our unique challenges and opportunities. And I would like to say that the UN in Ghana is committed to supporting all of these efforts. As I bring this to an end, I would just like to reiterate that scaling your business through strategic technology investments is not just about adapting the newest tools, because we are flooded with them by the day. It's really about transforming the way we work, how we operate, and most importantly, how we collaborate. And I'll say the UN in Ghana is proud to stand with you on this journey, and we remain committed to supporting SMEs that are fostering innovation and building a digital future that leaves no one behind. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right, so if you were following our journey, we started in Ghana, then to France, then to UN. We are going to Peru now. And I'm excited to introduce to you the ambassador of Peru to the Republic of Ghana. She is a distinguished diplomat with over 40 years of experience in international relations. She has held various high-level within Peru's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and represented her country in multiple nations, including Ecuador, Colombia, New Zealand, Italy, and Germany. She's currently holding degrees in political studies, business administration and diplomacy, and international relations, and she has been a key delegate in numerous global conferences promoting Peru's commitment to sustainable development, trade, and international cooperation. A bit about the government of Republic of Peru. The Peruvian government fosters international relations, sustainable development, and global trade partnerships. The Ghanaian embassy engages in trade promotion, investment facilitation, and cultural exchange initiatives with the Republic of Peru. Please help me welcome Her Excellency Mrs. Liliana Gomez de Weston.
Good morning, distinguished participants. First, I would like to thank the Ladies Entrepreneurship Club, Tonisha, for this invitation. It is a great honor to be with you today representing my country, Peru. A country like many of yours, many of those in Africa, is an exciting path of economic and digital transformation. This segment, scaling your business through strategic technology investments, not only addresses a crucial topic for emerging economies, but also highlights a key factor for inclusive and sustainable growth, the power of technology as a catalyst for business progress. Latin America and Africa share similarities that transcend geographical boundaries. Both regions possess great cultural and natural wealth, a young and entrepreneurial workforce, and enormous potential to leverage technology as a driver of development. In Peru, we have learned that technology is not just a tool, but a bridge that connects our SMEs to global markets, enhances financial inclusion, and fosters innovation. Allow me to share some key insights that could inspire solutions applicable to African businesses and economies. In Peru, the SMEs account for 99.5% of all businesses and generates around 60% of formal employment. However, may face significant barriers to growth and competition, ranging from limited access to finances to a lack of technological tools. The landscape began to change with the adoption of key technological advancements, digital wallets, and financial inclusion. The rise of digital wallets in Peru represent a seismic shift in how financial transactions are conducted. Over the past decades, payments has become increasingly common, digital payments, yet adoption remains uneven due to factors such as consumer trust, technological literacy, and financial inclusion barriers. Tools like Yape and Plin have transformed the way SMEs conduct transactions. With over 1 million daily operations, these platforms have democratized access to financial services, especially for women entrepreneurs who lead around 70% of the small grocery stores in the country. While the convenience of digital transactions is undeniable, the real challenge lies in convincing a skeptical public, particularly those accustomed to cash transactions, that these payment methods are safe, reliable, and ultimately superior. One of the most promising aspects of digital wallets is their ability to democratize financial services. The financial services is not anymore who those that have money in their businesses. It could be the small store in the corner that before has no access to be on the banking system. Peru has a significant unbanked population. Many people lack access to traditional banking due to geographical, economic, or social barriers. Digital wallets offers a way to bridge this gap by providing a low-cost, accessible, and efficient alternative to banking. I think that we have to understand that there has been a change on the customer's mind. Now, the customers don't need to go physically to a particular shop. They could order in a WhatsApp message and receive his products at home by Uber or by any other means that facilitates him and impulses him to purchase. The growth of e-commerce has been exponential. Many SMEs have established virtual stores to export local products, ranging from artisanal textiles to superfoods like quinoa or amaranth. This has not only expanded their reach, but also allowed them to position themselves in international markets. Another change was the delivery services. Delivery platforms like Rappi or Globo have been crucial for gastronomic businesses during the pandemic, mainly, but they are still going on. Restaurants led by women adopted these solutions to reach new customers, quickly adapting to changing consumers' demands. And I think that it has been a lesson on when we globally pass COVID era. The sense that I remember that as we were not allowed to go out of the house, but the store near us, through our WhatsApp, received our needs, and in 10 minutes we received them. So these little shops were able to survive the pandemic time through technology. These cases provide clear lessons that could be useful for African businesses. Expanding access to the internet and technology should be a priority. This not only reduces the digital divide, but also allows SMEs in rural areas to benefit. Peru's experience shows that connecting digital payment platforms between banks and informal financial services expands inclusion opportunities. It is essential to train SMEs to use digital tools strategically, from digital marketing to leveraging data for informed decision-making. What we expect for the future? Beyond these strategies, we must also consider the role of technology in addressing major global challenges. Technological solutions can help us build more sustainable supply chains, reduce the carbon footprint of our operations, and ensure economic growth that is inclusive for all. For instance, in Peru, we are exploring ways to combine technology and sustainability in key sectors such as mining, agriculture, and renewable energy. These efforts not only benefit businesses, but also contribute to the well-being of our communities and the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, technology is not just a means to scale businesses. It is a tool to empower our communities, reduce inequalities, and connect our economies with the future. In Peru, we are convinced that strategic alliances between Latin America and Africa can accelerate this transformation, sharing experiences and lessons learned in using technology to build more resilient and sustainable economies. I invite you to continue exploring how to turn ideas into action and how to use technology as a bridge towards shared prosperity. Thank you very much.
How was that? Okay, no, guys. It was okay at 9 a.m. when you were small, like dry. But 10 a.m. passed. And you know which hour just passed? 11 a.m. We have to get our energy ready, not only for the rest of today's session here, but because when we leave here, we're going straight into the main opening ceremony of the Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2025. No, we're trying again. Because when we finish here, we're going to the main opening ceremony of the Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2025. Yes, sir. Yes. Ultimately, that's the whole, we get a whole special second portion to our day. You know, these breakfast meetings, last year we had side meetings. I'm not sure if any of you were up in Paduasi, and we underestimated ourselves. We made tents for about 50 people, and we had queues outside. So of course this year, we're geniuses. We'll get a room of 200, right? I'll tell you, there have been queues outside. So I think that at some point, the Ladies Entrepreneurship Club just needs to accept that we need to hold our own conference, right? Yes. Clap for that. Clap for that. Let's bring that in for 2026. Now, one thing that, okay, so the next portion of today is actually the panel. Okay, so you can rest assured you'll be able to speak to people and we'll be able to ask questions. I have questions prepped, and of course, I'll take questions from you. However, before we do that, I want to introduce a Queen Mother. And I would like her to introduce the others here as well, because actually our traditional, like, cultural ways of life are very important to me on a personal level. I grew up in the house with a chief, right? My paramount chief, my grandfather, who was a chief for 70 years. Unfortunately, passed away just over 7 years ago. And I haven't I think I had a moment when I thought, oh, this is just what my grandparents do, because I grew up with my grandparents. But the truth is, the last 7 years, my heart hasn't really settled, because I haven't had that cultural layer be a part of my daily life, right? So, from now on, we will be having that back in my life for 2 reasons. One, because actually, and my other half, Charles, always mentions it, about indigenous knowledge and the value of indigenous knowledge in the things that we do today and the preservation of the world for tomorrow, right? So I definitely think that there's a lot to be shared, and luckily for us, the lady I'm going to introduce is all about indigenous knowledge in entrepreneurship. So it's very appropriate, very appropriate. So we're going to have that talk for a few minutes, and she'll come up and introduce her colleagues for us. We will love it. Then she will tell us all about traditional indigenous knowledge and entrepreneurship, and we will love it even more, right? And then we'll have our panel, which we're gonna really like. Our panel is gonna be amazing. So I will introduce Na Chofayelo, the La Manye, to the stage. I'll tell you one little secret kind of dream I decided I have on my list is to teach all our Queen Mothers AI. You know what I mean? Don't you think so? And then I think we need to create like an AI, and it's just called Manye. So George is so adorable. George, if I have an idea for technology, George just says, okay. So, there's lots of technology out there, but I really want to follow through on that, because I think that there's a way in which technology at the moment doesn't really embrace us as a racial group, as a cultural group, as a geographical group, but even more so when we think about our traditional values. So thank you very much, and I shall pass you the microphone. Let's clap for her. Clap, clap.
Good morning, everyone. I want to ride on existing protocols. Let me first introduce my team of able Queen Mothers who are here with me this morning. And I'll start with Manyena Ayele Nobache. She's the paramount Queen Mother for women, children, and the youth in Greater Accra. Then we have Awo Kosi. She is from the Eastern region, from the Krobo area. We also have Mamaga Ameto, Alavanyo, Volta region. She's the paramount Queen Mother. We also have Mamaga Ajesu, who is also a paramount Queen Mother from the Volta region. Sope, to be specific. We also have Nana Amwabia Dankwa from Latte in the Eastern region. And then we have Nana Ansa Sasraku, also from Latte in the Eastern region. I am the little girl, also known as Najuyo Oshedu Oboloju Ete Chofayilo, from La. Don't worry, choose any of them that pleases you. I will respond to all. So this morning, I want to tickle your imaginations and then bring you down back to our traditional settings where we all grew up one way or the other. I believe we all come from one community, a village, a town, a clan, or a tribe. So I am from traditional Ghana, and I am proud of that. Most of the time, as Queen Mothers or traditional leaders, we are confronted with unemployment issues as a result of, yes, lack of employable, jobs, and then school dropouts and all that. It has become a challenge, and we don't even know how to assist our children or the youth, especially the girl child. So this morning, I want to bring to your attention the need for you to team up with traditional leaders, especially traditional women who have decided to continue with the traditional cycle by assisting us to enhance what we do in order that it will be better and it will get a lot more people on board for profit as well as sustainability of our culture and tradition. And I want to talk about seafood in Ghana. Seafood, that's my case study. So we all know that along the shores of Ghana, we have so many types of seafoods. From the octopus to the squid, to the lobsters, to the shrimps, to the oysters and all that. We have all these things. And because of lack of preservation, we are forced to, waste it, in quotes. So the fisher folks get these things, and they don't even know how to preserve it or how else to preserve it apart from salting it or drying it. And most of the time, a lot of it goes waste. But these foods are foods that are consumed internationally, both local and on the international market. We talk about one district, one factory. We talk about 24-hour economy. Our women are doing it way before the politicians decided to introduce these things. And so I asked myself, how else can we do this on a large scale so that our youth can, they come in? So my daughter knows how to deal with all these technological things. Can she come on board? Or can somebody in the community or an organization take it upon themselves to assist us in marketing these things? Because we know that stockfish of Nigeria is all over the place. We also know that our favorite kako comes from the Gambia, and yet they come in container folds. You go to Mankasim, and before you get to the community, it welcomes you. The smell of the kako welcomes you. Why are we not harnessing all these traditional ways of preserving food, marketing it, and take it upscale a notch further so that it will be beneficial to all of us? It won't be a preserve of just the traditional indigenous woman who is sitting in one small community and saddled with a lot of oysters, dried and fresh. She doesn't know where to take it. Till the market people come for it, it means it's wasted. But if there is a central point where she knows that she can go and sell it, it will be bought, preserved, and then they can even store some for the lean seasons so that they will make a lot of profit, or they can break even for their investments. It will go a long way to solve some of the problems of unemployment that we are all crying for in this country and beyond. So I will urge all of you to look at our traditional settings and harness some of what we do, bring it into the technological world, as well as support us in financing some of these things. Sometimes a woman, a fishmonger, needs just a refrigerator to change her life. But she doesn't even know how to get it, because what she has is so small. However, if she is equipped, she'll be able to improve on that and bring others on board. And before you know, there will be a small-scale enterprise within that remote community that has been crying for support. This is what I bring to you from traditional Ghana. Thank you.
I'm employing her. Wasn't that really good? Let's clap for her again. And I think, we're gonna clap again, but I'll tell you why. Because I only asked her to do it like 15 minutes before. So can we clap again? Thank you very much. And thank you all for making the journey. I hope the event gives you everything you desire, and of course the rest of the day also. Now, I'm going to need two men. I know it's the Ladies Entrepreneurship Club, and I'm sure someone is going to ask me, why did you pick men? But Prince, could you please, and the colleague, come and move the podium for me? Is that all right? Yeah? Thank you. Because up next, we have a panel, right? Listen, up next we have a panel. Good. You see, those of you that know to make noise have been to my events before, so you know I like all the drama. I love the drama. But yeah, we're going to have a panel. Before we have the panel, before I invite everyone up, I'm going to do our little exam. Does everyone remember what the exam questions were? What was the first one? Good. So then you dodged the question. Well done. Right. So I'm going to pick people at the back. Someone at the back. Because they always escape, don't they? Yeah. So everyone look at the back. Who should we pick at the back? Yes. Yes. I think so. There's a man in a pink shirt, jacket, blazer, against the wall. Really hoping I don't pick him. I'm doing directions like, you know, in Ghana when they like, you go straight, you see the woman pounding fufu, ignore her. Next one.
So we're right here, yes?
Yes, but we're going to leave him. He was just a landmark. The one I want is the one right in front of you. No, him, his colleague.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You are the chosen one. Yes.
You are the chosen one, sir. Tell us, please, one thing that whoever you spoke to said they learned. Tell us who it was and what they learned. And it was not a secret, too. You thought you were sharing secrets. No, please. Please stand up, tell us your name, and tell us what which person it was and what they learned.
My name is Nicholas.
Thank you, Nicholas.
My colleague here told me about funding, incorporating funding into SMEs to enable them to scale up. And basically, that's one of the ways to ensure that productivity is ongoing.
Okay, I like that. I'll take that. Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Right.
Let's clap for him for being the first. Okay. Emishadai, we're going to the other side now.
Okay.
Way over there. All the way, 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 all the way over there. And I found her.
Beep, beep.
Yes, she knows I found her. We just shared some eye contact. Yes, it's you. Yes. Yellow. I love it.
Yes.
Yes. We shared a moment. I think it's only right, don't you? Please stand up. Tell us your name. Tell us who the person was and what they said they learned.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Gloria. So, the lady sitting right beside me, Rachel, she told me she was really interested in the tech for girls.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what really captured in mind.
Yes. Thank you, Rachel. Well, I'm sure the ambassador's heard. Perfect. Let's clap for that, please. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Next. You know what I actually want to do? I think I'm going to pick someone I know who probably doesn't expect that I'll pick him.
Oh, him.
Him. Him. Yes, he's figured out I'm going to pick him.
Hooray.
Yes.
Am I getting warmer?
You're so warm.
Okay.
Hot, 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 hot,
Blazing
hot,
hot.
Ah, beep, 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 beep. How are you? Please introduce yourself and tell us who it was and what they learned.
Okay, my name is Murray, and Josephine here learnt about sustainability and how you can use technology for sustainability.
Amazing. Thank you, Murray. Everyone clap for Murray. Murray taught me how to make quesadillas. What are they called? Empanadas. But anyway, they tasted really good. Empanadas. Murray's great. Okay. Right, so it's panel time. Why did I just put that down? It's panel time. Or should we do another one? Time. For time, I shall introduce our speakers briefly and let them do their own short, brief introductions. So the first speaker I would like to bring up to the panel is Miss Grace Krobo-Eduse. Yes, please come up. Grace is the CEO of Grace Center for Growth and Excellence. Keep the clapping going. Keep the clapping going. And then the second speaker is M. Ekong. M is the West African lead for the Aspen Institute's Network of Development Entrepreneurs. Andy for short. M is also a Nigerian, but she's actually Ghanaian. So I think she likes Ghana Jollof, don't you, M? It's always good to ask that question with the microphone. You should try it. It puts pressure. Up next, we have the amazing Tawa Bolarin from Telecel Ghana. Tawa is coming up. Every time Tawa accepts an invitation to speak for me, I get very excited because Tawa is so busy. All right. Then we have Edna Eggman. Oh, Edna. Come, Edna. Edna's from Fidelity Bank. I'm really excited to have Edna because if you know me, you know that I'm always making new friends. Edna and I have known each other for just under 24 hours. Yes, there was previously going to be a different speaker, and she jumped in and swept it up, and I'm really excited because Edna works in innovation, which is a topic that we love. And then, of course, our ambassador, Joanna Svanica, yes, from HAXA Foundation, will be joining us. And that makes our panel. So I am going to do part 2 of our brief exam. Oh, let's clap for Joanna. Yeah. Yo, Hannah. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'll give you plantain. I have plantain. Exam, there was a second question. What was the second question in our exam? You're really dodging being the culprit. What was the second one? Exactly. What one question would you like to ask? So this time, I actually will be fair, and I will allow people to put their hands up to tell me their one question, their own one question they would really like to ask. And I will only take 3. Can you help me with notes? Can you help me with notes? There's 3 questions. And you get one. So write yours. Oh, what's yours? What's yours?
Okay, there's a phone.
Peruvian, oh good, there you are. Yes. So our first question.
Yeah, should I get? Okay, hello. Thank you so much for the lesson shared, Madam. I wanted really to know about the solutions that you mentioned. As you mentioned them, I realized that they were not really known to me, even though they were technological inferences you made. So I wanted to know whether they were local solutions and whether they were developed locally or, you know, yeah.
Perfectly, perfect. Please note that. And you have the length of our panel to work on your response for the lady, and I shall ask you for that once we're done with the panel. Is that okay? Yes. Amishadai will come and explain in a bit, so you have some time for it. Second question, please put your hand up if you had a question. Well, there we go, I like it. That's what I'm talking about. Ask your question.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Lilian Geraldo. I am from Leando Africa Legal Consult. I'm particularly here as a business owner, but I'm a little curious because in as much as, for instance, with my firm, we employ certain technology in the administration of our services, like Click Law, we are signed up on Zubuto, etc. I see that most of the discussions are geared towards business development, but I haven't really heard much about legal services, which I think is very crucial when it comes to getting the needed guidance and supporting entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs, innovation, etc. So I want to find out how are we factoring this in, because for me, my bias is there. There is a concern that we need to look at, especially with legal. So maybe we can have that addressed as well.
Yes, I will address that actually, unless anyone else also feels the need. So I guess the question is more about the advice being given to users when directing them towards technology and AI. The amount of advice about and recommendations are growing, but not so much the warning signs being discussed. Is that correct? Yeah, data protection. I think I can touch on that, and if anyone else wants to, but we'll do that after. So that's our question 2. And then our third question. Okay, I see. Should I?
Yes.
Over there. So we are on radio together, Mishadai and I, by the way. We've been on radio together for a few years. And I think he's a pro Ladies Entrepreneurship Club person, a typical example of what we need in our community. Thank you, Amish, for everything you do for us.
Good morning, House. My name is Ampimda Kwansafu, founder for Talk to Me Foundation. We are into girl child empowerment, and I was touched by girls in ICT, equipping them with the IT skills. I may like to know the criteria that they use in selecting the girls for the training.
This is for Tech for Girls.
Sure.
So this is the ambassador. So, yeah, 3 questions for the end of our panel, okay? And then once we're done with our panel, we'll end with closing remarks from His Excellency Charles Abani, the Resident Coordinator of the United Nations in Ghana. Hey. I'm watching you. Okay, good. Right, so first things first, all ladies, you have microphones with you. If you could please, I guess we've introduced you, so for the remaining ladies, if you could please just what you do, where you do it, and why it's important to you as an introduction, and then we'll go through our questions. So M, seeing as you double tap the mic.
Wow, that put me in a position. I was expecting to come second. Hi, my name is M. Ekong. I am the West Africa regional head for an organisation called the Aspen Network of Development Entrepreneurs. It's part of a global organisation called the Aspen Institute, based out of Washington, D.C. Our organisation is a network organisation, so it's a membership organisation, and the members include organisations that propel entrepreneurship in the Global South. So we work across key chapters that we have in Mexico, South America, like Colombia, Brazil. We have 3 in Africa, West, that's me, East and South. We have Thailand, Southeast Asia, and we have Asia. And the objectives that we are driving is really about the growth and development of small and growing businesses. So our work constitutes supporting our member base. You need to tell me about stopping, because if you let me, I would talk for a long time.
You can stop now.
I suddenly realized,
thank you, Em.
I'm sure I have a time. Thank you.
It's okay, Em. I have other questions. You'll have lots more opportunities.
Yes.
But I do think it was good that what you were finishing on in terms of supporting your members, because one of the questions I'm going to ask you covers that. So thank you very much, Em. Yes, Edna, okay.
Hello.
You can go next.
Hi, so my name is Edna Engman. I work with Fidelity Bank. Unlike my old board member, Mrs. Swanika, I got introduced to computing at a very young age. And I defied my parents. I actually did computer science and statistics. And I think over the years, I've seen myself grow. And I do applied computing. So for a lot of the young ladies, know that you can start as a coder, you can start as understanding the language, but as you keep on going on, you can add business and any other thing to it. So I love young ladies, and I like to help them and to counsel them on their careers and also personal issues. I've been in Fidelity for forever. And what does Fidelity really do? What do I do in Fidelity? I'm the head of transformation programs. Today we've heard so much about technology, AI, we've heard a lot about SMEs, and especially as the women. And what is my job? We look at the processes, how we get operational efficiency, we look at our people, how we can make them more customer-centric, to ensure that we understand the needs of our customers and find the right solutions for our customers, which ultimately gives us the revenue growth. And apart from that, hinges on the bank's vision of transforming different lives. And the last thing we also look at is how we get our people to also become very digital. And as an organization, we are very intentional about women, so I'm sure we'll talk about that. We believe in women inclusivity, and we believe in the fact that the woman is what makes the world a better place. So how not make her more empowered to make this world better? Thank you.
Thank you. I like that. Grace?
Thank you, Tanisha. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Oh, it's still morning, isn't it? So my name is Grace Kroba Edusei. I'm a certified leadership coach and trainer. And my passion is to help lift growth-driven individuals and organizations higher in purpose and excellence. I think that for all of us here are leaders, not just because you have a title or you're a boss or something, because we all have influence, because leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And so what I'm doing in my organization is, as a leadership trainer and coach, is to help people find their purpose. Because if you don't have a purpose, because we think we do, but you have to identify it, it helps us to, it's a catalyst for growth for your business. And I believe that the day you stop growing is the day you die, whether as physiologically or socially or in any way, even your business. So we're always growing our business, we're always growing ourselves and developing ourselves. So that's what I do. And I believe that, we need to value people. So I believe in growing leaders, growing the leader within you, and growing the leaders around you. That's what we do. And then that leads to transformation. So that's what my organization is about. Something I really love to do. My background is interior design. And so I'm a trained interior designer and a builder by profession. But entrepreneur, that's what I am, right? And so I pivoted, like I'm sure many of us do, really later in life into leadership coaching and training, and I just love it. And so I feel like I'm somebody who has found my calling, loving what I do and doing what I love, and also embracing technology. In my personal life, I love gadgets. I'm a gadget person. I love gadgets in my kitchen. I press a button, boom, boom, boom. It's happening. And I've embraced technology in my business, from marketing to designing to everything that I'm doing. I'm actually here to learn some more and connect with like-minded people and see what I can do for you. And because I believe that we think about other people, because that's how technology is. So it's about thinking about other people, and that's how we invented things, right? Yeah. So
yes, clap when you feel the need, guys. Yes. Channel the claps.
Yes, yeah, fill those gaps. When you think of other people, then you grow. And actually, so people are making millions of dollars because they thought of other people and invented ways to help them out. So that's what I do. And so I'll be happy to connect with you and see how I can serve you. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, Tower.
Hello. Okay. I should have listened. Season's greetings to everyone in the room. My name is Tawa Bolari. I work for Telecel Ghana. I am responsible for the enterprise business, which is B2B, for the wholesale business, which is other competitors that I also sell services to serve some of you, as well as for the carrier business. And Tanisha, you were asking the question, why do we do what we do? Well, first of all, I have to feed myself, so that's important. But I enjoy doing what I do because unlike where you're in consumer for businesses, you get to know the customer a little bit more because businesses need solutions that are specific either to their vertical, which is their industry, or is specific to their own unique needs. And so I enjoy this job because it allows me to understand how technology really helps businesses to solve their problems and to grow. And this is what I love about the job that I do. Thank you. I look forward to connecting with all of you today.
Thank you. Is anyone excited about this panel? Do you think it look like a good panel? Yes? Good. Right, so first question is going to go